Morphology of flowering plants by Dr. Jayachandran Thejis. Flowering plants are called angiosperms. The part of the plant above ground is called shoot system, while the part below ground is called root system. The root system. There are three types of root system: tap root system, fibrous root system, and adventitious root system. Tap root system is seen in dicotyledonous plants like mustard. There is a primary root formed by direct elongation of radicle. From the primary root originates secondary root, tertiary root, etc. Fibrous root system is seen in monocotyledonous plants like wheat. The primary root is short-lived. Instead, a large number of roots originate from the base of the stem. Adventitious root system is seen in grass, monstera, and banyan tree. Adventitious roots arise from parts of the plant other than the radicle. Functions of roots are absorption of water and minerals, anchorage, food storage, and growth regulator synthesis. Regions of root are root cap, region of meristematic activity, region of elongation, and region of maturation. Root cap is a thimble-like structure at the apex of the root. It protects the root as it makes its way down through the soil. In the region of meristematic activity, cells divide repeatedly. These cells are very small, thin-walled, and have dense protoplasm. In the region of elongation, cells elongate, and enlarge. Elongation leads to growth in length. In the region of maturation, cells differentiate and mature. Here, epidermal cells form root hairs which absorb water and minerals. The stem. Stem is the ascending part of the axis bearing branches, leaves, fruits, and flowers. It develops from the plumule of the embryo. It has nodes and internodes. Nodes are the parts from which leaves come, and internodes are the parts between nodes. Buds develop from the stem. Buds may be terminal or axillary. Axillary buds arise from the axilla, the upper angle between a leaf and the stem. The stem is green when young and woody, and dark brown later. Stem has various functions. It spreads out branches having leaves, flowers, and fruits. It conducts water and minerals. When stem is green, it also photosynthesizes. It can store food. It supports the plant. It protects the plant. It allows vegetative propagation. The leaf. The leaf is the lateral, usually flat, structure arising from the stem. It develops from the stem at a node from a structure called SAM or shoot apical meristem. It bears a bud in its axil, the upper angle between leaf and stem. This bud is called axillary bud. This develops into a branch. Leaves originate on the stem in an acropetal order, which means that newer leaves are at the top and older leaves are at the bottom. A leaf has three parts: leaf base, petiole, and lamina or blade. Leaf base is the part of the leaf which attaches to the stem. It may have two small lateral leaf-like structures called stipules. In monocotyledons, leaf base expands into a sheath which covers the stem partly or wholly. In some leguminous plants, leaf base may be swollen, called pulvinous. Petiole is the stalk of the leaf. It holds the blade to light and allows the blade to flutter in wind, cooling the leaf and bringing fresh air to the leaf surface. Lamina or blade is the green expanded part of the leaf. It has veins which branch into veinlets. The middle prominent vein is called midrib. Veins provide rigidity to the blade and also provide channels to transport water, minerals, and food materials. Venation refers to the arrangement of veins. Parallel venation is seen in monocots, and reticulate venation is seen in dicots. A leaf may be a simple leaf or a compound leaf. In a simple leaf, either the lamina is entire, or if the lamina is incised, the incisions do not reach the midrib. In a compound leaf, incisions reach the midrib, breaking the lamina into a number of leaflets. There are no axillary buds for leaflets. Compound leaf may be pinnately compound, when leaflets are attached to a common axis called rachis, as in neem, or palmately compound, when leaflets are attached to a common point at the tip of the petiole, as seen in silk cotton. Phyllotaxy is the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. There are three types of phyllotaxy: alternate, opposite, and whorled. Alternate refers to the arrangement where a single leaf arises at each node in an alternate manner, as in China, rose, mustard, and sunflower. Opposite refers to a pair of leaves arising from opposite sides of each node, as in Calotropis and guava. Horde refers to a whorl of more than two leaves arising from each node, as in Alstonia. Inflorescence. Inflorescence refers to arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. It may be racemose or cymose. In racemose inflorescence, the main axis continues to grow. So flowers are born in an acropetal order, that is, new flowers appear at the apex. In cymose inflorescence, the main axis growth is stopped as it terminates in a flower. So flowers are born in a bicipetal order, that is, new flowers appear at the base. A flower is a modified shoot. The SAM changes to floral meristem. In this shoot, internodes do not elongate, so axis gets condensed, and from the nodes floral appendages are produced. If shoot tip transforms to a flower, that flower is always solitary. The flower is the sexual reproductive unit of the plant. Its basic structure is as follows. At the end of the stalk, pedicel, there is a swelling called thalamus or receptacle. On this there are 4 whorls formed base to tip. These are calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Calyx and corolla are accessory organs, and androecium and gynoecium are reproductive organs. Sometimes, calyx and corolla are not distinct, as in lily, then it is called perianth. Bract is a reduced leaf found at the base of the pedicel. Flowers may be bracteate or abracteate. Flowers can have floral appendages in multiples of 3, trimerous, 4, tetramerous, or 5, pentamerous. A flower may be bisexual or unisexual depending on whether both androecium and gynoecium are present or only one is present. Based on symmetry, flowers may be actinomorphic or zygomorphic. Actinomorphic refers to radial symmetry, that is, any plane going through the center will divide the flower into 2 equal halves, as seen in mustard, datura and chill. Zygomorphic refers to bilateral symmetry, that is, only one plane will divide the flower into 2 equal halves, as seen in gulmohar, bean and cassia. Based on the position of the ovary, when compared to calyx, corolla and androecium, flowers may be hypogynous. Ovary is superior as in mustard, China rose and brinjal. Perigynous, ovary is half inferior, that is, same level as others, as in plum, rose and peach. Or epigynous, ovary is inferior, as in guava, cucumber and sunflower. Calyx is made of sepals, which are green leaf-like structures which protect the flower in the bud stage. Flowers may be polyspalous, free sepals, or gamospalous, fused sepals. Corolla is made of petals which are usually brightly colored to attract insects for pollination. Flowers may be polypetalous, free petals, or gamopetalous, fused sepals. Corolla comes in various shapes like tubular, bell, funnel or wheel shapes. Aestivation refers to the arrangement of sepals or petals. The types are valvate, twisted, imbricate and vexillary or papilionaceous. Valvate means just touching, as in calotropis. Twisted means one margin overlaps the other, as in China rose, lady's finger and cotton. Imbricate refers to random overlap, as in cassia and gulmohar. Vexillary or papilionaceous refers to a special arrangement of 5 petals where the largest or standard petal overlaps the next 2, called lateral petals or wings, which in turn overlap the next 2, called anterior petals or keels. This is seen in pea and bean. Androecium refers to the male reproductive organ. This is made of stamens. If a stamen is sterile, it is called a staminode. Stamen is made of filament and anther. Filament is the stalk. Sometimes different filaments of the same flower may have different lengths, as seen in salvia and mustard. Anther is bilobed. Each lobe has 2 pollen sacs, with pollen grains. Stamen may be attached to petals, epipetalous as in brinjal, or to the perianth, epiphyllous as in lily. Stamens may be free, polyandrous, or united. When united, they may form one bundle. Monoadelphous as in China rose, 2 bundles. Diadelphous as in pea, or more than 2 bundles. Polyadelphous as in citrus. Gynoecium refers to the female reproductive organ. It is made of 1 or more carpels. Each carpel has 3 parts: ovary, style and stigma. Ovary is the enlarged basal part. It has 1 or more ovules attached to a flat cushion called placenta. Style is the tube on top of the ovary. Stigma is at the tip of the style. It receives pollen grains. Carpels may be free, apocarpous as in lotus and rose, or fused, syncarpous, as in mustard and tomato. After fertilization, ovules become seeds while ovary becomes the fruit. Placentation refers to the arrangement of ovules in the ovary. It may be marginal, axile, free central, parietal or basal. In marginal placentation, placenta forms a ridge along the ventral suture of the ovary. Ovules arise in 2 rows on this placenta. This is seen in pea. Axile placentation refers to the arrangement where ovules are attached to a central placenta and there are multiple septae, as seen in china, rose, tomato and lemon. Free central placentation is the arrangement where ovules are attached to a central axis and there are no septae, as seen in dianthus and primrose. Parietal placentation refers to the arrangement where ovules arise on the inner wall of the ovary. Ovary is one-chambered or it may be two-chambered due to a false septum, as in mustard and argemone. In basal placentation, placenta is at the base of the ovary and a single ovule is attached, as in sunflower and marigold. The fruit. After fertilization, ovary matures or ripens into a fruit. A fruit can also form without fertilization, in which case it is called a parthenocarpic fruit. Fruit has a wall called pericarp and inside this pericarp is the seed. The pericarp may be dry or fleshy. When pericarp is fleshy, it is divided into outer epicarp, middle mesocarp and inner endocarp. In coconut and mango, fruit is called drupe. This develops from a superior monocarpellary ovary, a single carpel which is superior to the other parts of the flower. There is only one seed. Epicarp is the skin of the fruit. Mesocarp is the fleshy part of mango or the fibrous part of coconut. Endocarp is the hard cover of the seed of mango or coconut. The seed. After fertilization, ovule develops into seed. A seed has a seed coat inside of which is an embryo. Embryo is made of embryonal axis and cotyledons. Cotyledons may be 1, wheat and maize, or 2, gram and pea. In a dicot seed, the seed coat has two layers, outer tester and inner tegmen. The seed coat has a hilum, scar at the site of attachment to fruit, above which is the micropyle, a small pore. Embryonal axis has plumule and radicle at the two ends. There are 2 cotyledons which are fleshy due to food stores. Dicot seeds may or may not have endosperm, food storing tissue formed by double fertilization. Example of endospermic seeds is castor, while examples of non-endospermic seeds are bean, gram and pea. In a monocot seed, the seed coat is membranous and fused with the fruit wall. Endosperm is bulky and has a proteinous cover called alurone layer. The embryonal axis is small and is situated in a groove at one end of the endosperm. The embryonal axis has plumule covered by a sheath called coleoptile and radicle covered by a sheath called chlorhiza. There is only one cotyledon which is large and shield-shaped and is called scutellum. Uncommonly, monocot seeds may be non-endospermic, as in orchids. Semi-technical description of a flowering plant. First, habit and vegetative characters, root, stem, leaf, flower, are described. The floral diagram and floral formula are presented. In floral formula, BR stands for bracteate, K stands for calyx, C for corolla, P for perianth, A for androecium and G for gynoecium, G with dash above for superior ovary and G with dash below for inferior ovary, male symbol for male, female symbol for female, bisexual symbol for bisexual plants, plus inside a circle for actinomorphic and percentage for zygomorphic nature of flower. Fusion is indicated by enclosing the figure within bracket and adhesion by a line drawn above the symbols of the floral parts. In floral diagram, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are drawn with calyx outermost and gynoecium innermost. Position of mother axis with respect to flower is represented by a dot on top of the floral diagram. Solanaceae. Solanaceae is the potato family. Usually, plants are herbs or shrubs. Stem is herbaceous. Solanum tuberosum or potato has underground stem. Leaves are alternate and simple with reticulate venation. Bisexual actinomorphic flowers with 5 sepals, 5 petals, 5 stamens and bicarpellary superior ovary with many ovules in axile placentation. Important plants are food source plants like tomato, brinjal and potato, spice plant chili, medicinal plants like belladonna and ashwagandha, ornamental plant petunia and fumigatory plant tobacco.